or in the opposite direction. Basically revising the previous concept. Here direction is same as in the chimney in the same side. Rahul will do that. The voice is still low. How is that possible? Just a minute. Just a minute. Is it fine now? I just checked with my team and they're saying it's fine. Okay, cool. Okay. So when I represent the same direction, I'll show the chimneys of the train in the same direction. I hope it is understandable. And in the opposite case, chimneys will be. So that is what I'm going to use over here. So let's say the speed of the first train is A, kilometer per hour, meter per second, whatever. Second is B. The same direction, the relative speed will be A minus B. And I put a mod over it because we don't know whether A or B, which one is greater. Yeah, Rachna, in that there was one thing which we forgot to add. I'll discuss that. I thought of putting a video over there. Okay, so basically we have to add that part which we forgot to add. It's right, Rachna. Okay, so I'll discuss that as well. And in the opposite direction, if this is A kilometer per hour and this is B kilometer per hour, it will be A plus B. All right. Chalo. So here comes the first train. The first question. A train with a speed of 90 km per hour passes a cyclist going in the opposite direction with a speed of 18 km per hour in 1 minute. If the same train crosses the platform in 80 seconds, what is the length of the platform? So this question is basically for building the concept. Okay. A cyclist. So we'll assume the cyclist to be a point object. That means cyclist की length है ना खुद की उसको हम count नहीं करेंगे. We consider it to be dimensionless, a point object. All right. So what is happening now? Listen very carefully. There's a train, and its speed is given as 90 kilometers per hour, and the cyclist is passing in the opposite direction. So this is the cyclist passing the opposite direction with a speed of 18 kilometers per hour, and the train passes the cyclist. The train passes the cyclist in exactly 1 minute. So first of all, we need to convert this minute to either hour or second. All right. So as we know that 1 minute is equal to 60 seconds. Is the question clear? This train passes the cyclist in 60 seconds. All right. I adjust the mic once again. Now I think it's fine. Okay. So because time here is in seconds, this needs to be converted to meter per second. How to do that? How to convert 90 km into meter per second? By multiplying it with 5 by 18. This comes out to be 25 meters per second. And here, if I do the same, I'll get 5 meters per second. So this train, there's one thing I don't know about. The length of the train is not known. So tell me something. If the train crosses the cyclist, what distance will it travel? What distance will it travel? What distance will it travel? Length of the train itself, exactly. So let us consider the length of the train to be equal to L meters. L meters, all right. Okay. What happened? Why 5 by 18? To convert to meter per second, what happened? Angela? अच्छा ठीक है. Okay. So, in case you don't understand, see the marker in my hand. Let this be train. Let this be train, and my finger, the tip of my finger, let this be the cyclist. Okay, so they are coming like this. Okay. See. So, right now the train is not crossing the cyclist. Still not. Still not. Still not. Still not. And the moment, see the tip of this marker is parallel tip of my finger. This is the moment when it starts crossing the cyclist. Yes or no? I'll come to 5 by 18. First of all, understand this. Right? This is the moment at which the train will start crossing the cyclist. Yes or no? Right? And it'll go on like this. And the moment at the rear end of the marker, touch is parallel to my tip of my finger, it has crossed the cyclist. Right? So basically what is happening? From this point to this point, how much has the train traveled? From this point, when the cyclist was at the front end of the train, to the point where cyclist is at the rear end, how much has it traveled? The length of the train. Is that clear, everyone? Those who could not get it, am I clear? See, I'm doing it again. From here to here. Right? Clear to everyone? Those who had problem, now I think it's clear. So when a cyclist is moving, they will come to that. What I'm trying to tell you, the distance that the train is moving will be its own length. That is clear to us, right? Okay. Cyclist is also moving, that is why we'll come to the relative speed. So overall, the train has to move L meters distance, and the speed, because they're traveling in opposite directions, the speed will be sum of these two, that is 25 plus 5, right? Direction is opposite, that's why speeds will be added. Cool? All right. Distance upon speed will be equal to time. So how much time did it take? It took 60 seconds. This is equal to 60. All right. Clear, everyone? Why 5 by 18? What happened? People were asking 5 by 18, did you not attend the previous lectures? Okay. See, 1 kilometer per hour. 1 kilometer per hour. I'm converting into meter per second. How many meters do we have in 1 kilometer? How many meters do we have in a kilometer? 1,000? All of us know that? So I can write it as 1,000 meter per hour. So 1 hour has how many seconds? 1 hour has 60 minutes, and every minute has 60 seconds. This is what we get, right? Is that clear? 1 kilometer is 1,000 meters per hour. That is how many seconds are there? 1 hour has 60 minutes, and each minute has 60 seconds. So that is what we did. And if I solve this, 2 3s are 6, 2 5s are 10, 5 by 18 is what I get. So whenever we have to convert kilometer per hour to meter per second, we need to multiply by 5 by 18. And if you want to convert meter per second to kilometer per hour, we'll multiply with 18 by 5. All right? Chalo. Perfect. Going back to what we're discussing. So length of train came out to be how much? Ronak, which part should I explain again? Meter per second or something else? Everything. Wow. Okay. See, this is the train. Here we have the cyclist. This is the cyclist, okay? Let the length of the train be L. So the moment the tip of cyclist is parallel tip of the train has started crossing it, keeps on moving. Finally, it reaches the rear end of the train, is parallel to the cyclist. So from here to here, how much distance has the train traveled? You can do it two ways. This is the front end, this is the rear end, front end, rear end. Front to front, if we moved, so basically we moved L distance only. This train has only moved here. If you calculate from rear to rear, still it's L only. All right. Now it's clear to everyone. Aditya, train kahin bhi ho, cyclist kahin bhi ho. The question talks about when you start crossing the cyclist, when train starts crossing the cyclist, we'll consider the point at which it started crossing, right? Okay, so length upon, because they are traveling in opposite directions, we discussed it earlier as well. That is what we got. So basically length of train became 1800 meters. So far so good. Now coming to the second part of the question, if the same train crosses a platform in 80 seconds, what is the length of the platform? So in this case, platform would also be having some length, isn't it? Platform would also be having some length. Let that length be capital L. Let that length be capital L. निश्चित क्या हो गया? ये पूरा समझा दिया था मैंने, तो उसी में आगे बढ़ रहे थे हम लोग. After repeating everything, should do everything again. Do you want me to do that? 20 minutes into the class. Okay. So now, if the train crosses a platform, so let's say I'll make the platform with white. Let's say this is the platform. All right. Length of platform, let it be capital L. Meters. Aditi, capital L is the length of the platform. And this small l we have already calculated, which is 1800 meters. I think I'm doing it fifth time now. Okay, so now if the train crosses the platform, total distance traveled by train will be its own length plus the length of the platform, right? यहाँ से इधर जाएगी, पूरा क्रॉस कर जाएगी. So if you compare the front end of the train when it moves here and complete, so basically the front end would be here now the moment it crosses. So how much distance has it traveled? 1800 plus L. Is that clear? Just look at the front end. Just look at the front end. So यहाँ से यहाँ जाने में कितना travel किया? The whole platform plus its own length. So 1800 plus L is total distance traveled. And in this case, platform is not moving. Platform is stationary. Platform is stationary. So the only speed that we'll be considering is the speed of the train only, right? Which was how much? 25 meters per second. So 1800 plus capital L upon 25, that is distance upon speed, is equal to time, which is given as 80 seconds. Clear? Multiplying 25 and 80, we get 2000. So the value of L becomes 200 meters. All right. Shivam, in mathematics, this can happen. Once I solved a question in which father was not even born, but the child was 30 years old. Theoretically, it's possible. Clear to everyone? दिव्यांश, ट्रेन अगर सुनो चलो, ट्रेन किसी साइकिलिस्ट को, इंसान को, चिड़िया को, पोल को, पॉइंट को, पत्थर को क्रॉस करेगी, तो वो अपनी खुद की लेंथ ट्रैवल कर रही है. ओके? और अगर ट्रेन किसी प्लेटफॉर्म को, किसी ब्रिज को, पुल को क्रॉस कर रही है, तो अपनी और प्लेटफॉर्म की लेंथ को दोनों को मिला के क्रॉस कर रही है. ठीक है? Coming to next one. Kaushik, exactly. That's what I'm confused about. TST2 was so difficult, and people are asking questions which looks like it was first class. I think that's right. Nishit, new topic here. Don't worry. Nishit, हाँ, TST का ही part है. Vinit, what part? Snap it and post it. Which part? Okay. G1, G1, this guy, ran on a still train of infinite length for an hour and traveled capital D kilometers. On a moving train, if he runs for 20 minutes in the direction of the train and immediately turns back and runs for another 40 minutes in the opposite direction, thereby covering small d kilometers, then what can be said about the relationship between capital D and small d? So I made this question yesterday because this question can actually build concept, and this is also a question which, the similar kind of questions, in which we have to compare two objects. They're favorite among cat people. Okay, so let's discuss this. How many of you could not get the answer? Okay. So let's discuss. If G1 runs d kilometer in 1 hour, that means his speed is d kilometers per hour. Can I say that? On the still train. The train is still, so his speed can be capital D kilometers per hour. Is that right? Is that right? Understood, everyone? Okay. Now, in other case, what happens? So 1 hour has got how many minutes? It has got 60 minutes. So in the other case, he runs for 20 minutes in some direction and 40 minutes in the other direction. All right. 20 minutes direction of train and immediately turns back and runs for another 40 minutes in the opposite direction. Okay. And that is how, Akshat, the train is not still, like the first statement was about, the statement actually gave you the idea about speed of G1. Okay? Now moving train, 20 minutes in the direction of train. Immediately turns back. So let's assume that the speed of train is like x kilometer per hour. Let this be speed of train. Okay, I'll just assume that. Okay. Now what is happening? 20 minutes is how many hours? It's 1 by 3 hours. Is that right? And 40 minutes is 2 by 3 hours. 2 by 3 hours. That's also right. Okay. Okay. So the first 20 minutes was in direction of the train. That means his speed will add up. So his speed for 1 by 3 hours will be d plus x kilometers per hour. And his speed for these 40 minutes, his turning back will be d minus x kilometers per hour. There's one thing which I have not mentioned, but it's obvious that speed of G1 is more than speed of train. Okay. This is what we have with us. Now, if this is the speed, this is the time, how much distance has it traveled here? In the first 20 minutes, how much distance has it traveled? D plus x by 3 kilometers. And here he has traveled 2 times d minus x by 3 kilometers. Is that right? All right. चलो अब यहाँ पे देखो, ये सवाल मैंने शुरुआत में बोला था, मैंने बनाया था, तो कुछ तो मैंने चेंज किया होगा ना, कुछ तो गेम मैंने खेला होगा इसके अंदर. ओके, क्या गेम खेला है मैंने? So in the previous class, if you remember, there were 2 different cases. In one case, 2 independent objects. Yeah, I'm telling. Wait, किसी एक ने सवाल पूछ लिया, मैं बता दूंगा आंसर. सब लोग पूछो. Listen to me. So the 2 cases. One case where two independent objects were moving on a third object. For example, 2 trains on the ground, 2 racers, 2 runners on the racing track. Right? Right? And second case is in which one object is moving on another object. For example, boats and streams. Okay? For example, boats and streams. That is an example. Other example is an airplane moving inside the air. This is also the same case. So, if you see, G1 was running on the train. G1 was not running on the ground. समझ में आ गया? तो G1 का speed is dependent on train speed. So there I played with your mind, because normally everyone on this planet, when they solve the question of trains, they always take the same thing. Just forget that we can manipulate the question. Is that clear now? तो अगर G1 ट्रेन के बगल में भाग रहा होता, तो opposite direction में add होता. तो ट्रेन के ऊपर भाग रहा है. This is not complicated, it's common sense. If you're running on the train speed will also affect you, isn't it? Cool. One question I told you because that I have not mentioned, but let's assume that running on the object. ठीक है, इतना clear हो गया. So all of this is clear. क्या नहीं clear है? I'll do it again. देखो एक बात सुनो, मेरी बात सुनना तुम ध्यान से सब लोग. Whenever they say still train, that means they are talking about an instance in which train was not moving. So they're talking about speed of g1 only. In the second case, it says on a moving train. It's clearly said over there. Do you guys read the question for commenting? Exactly, Kavya. Okay. So now let's go step by step. G1 can run on a steel train for an hour and travel d kilometers. So can I say speed of G1 is equal to d kilometers per hour? Is that clear or not? Clear hai? Now it says on a moving train, if it runs for 20 minutes in the direction of the train and immediately turns back and runs for another 40 minutes in the opposite direction. Okay? So here in the question I'm giving that speed of G1 is greater than speed of train. Okay? तब ये कोई पूछेगा नहीं बार-बार कि assume ऐसे क्यों कर रहे हैं. All right? Okay. So now tell me, in the second case, total 1 hour, that is 60 minutes. First 20 minutes, something happens, and the next 40 minutes, the reverse happens. 20 minutes is 1/3 of an hour, 40 minutes 2/3 of an hour. जितना मैं बोल रहा हूँ पहले उतना बताओ, उतना क्लियर है ना? आकाश, मैं रिवाइज कर तो रहा हूँ भाई. क्या हो गया? आप सुन ही नहीं रहे हो यार तुम लोग. So why I'm revising then? Jia, Akash, I'm revising it, no? So listen now. जितना बोला तो सुनो, बाकी बाद में करेंगे. Hold your horses. 1/3 hours, 2/3 hours. Okay. Now understand it. G1 is running on the train. G1 is आदित्य वो समझ लियो क्वेश्चन का पार्ट है. आदित्य, that's a part of question. इसलिए क्वेश्चन के साथ लिखा मैंने उसको. ठीक है ना? वो टाइपिंग में नहीं आ पाया था. अभी क्लियर है ना? All right. See. Okay, Akash. देखो. So on the train, if G1 is running parallel to the train, then G1 and train are two independent objects. Yes or no? Yes or no? Is that right? That's right. Okay. If G1 and train are running independently, then the case which we're discussing will come back. Which case? In which, if they're moving in opposite directions, speeds will add. If same direction, speeds will subtract. If they're moving independent of each other. But in this case, G1 himself is on the train. That means the train speed will manipulate G1's speed for a person who is looking at them from the ground. Right? Right? So, let's say if, for example, चलो अपने आप को रख लो जीवन की जगह. There's a train sitting in that. Train is running at 20 meters per second. Okay? And in the same direction, if you also run inside it at 10 meters per second, your speed will be 30 then. Yes or no? So this will not be the case in which two things are independent. You're inside the train, the same direction you're running. So train's speed is 20, your speed is 10. For a person who is looking at you from outside the train, will feel that you are running at 30 meters per second. Yes or no? But if you run opposite the train, then your speed will be just 10. 20 minus 10. Okay. So, so what I did over here, now understand me clearly. whenever in CAT or other exams, people use trains, everybody feels that same direction is subtraction, opposite is addition. When they use boats and streams, people take the reverse case. But I am telling you, forget trains, forget boats and streams. Just remember two cases in which in one case, two things are independently running, and the other case, one thing is running on another thing. Okay, so there are two different kind of cases. वो trains की बात हो, runners की बात हो, हवा की बात हो, कुछ भी बात हो, we won't fall in the trap of trains or boats and streams. That's what I'm trying to tell you. If CAT changes it all of a sudden, then probably you will get it wrong. So I am exposing you to different kind of situations. Abhishek, right? So now it's clear to everyone. Great. Let's assume speed of train will be x kilometers per hour. Okay. So for 20 minutes he is running in direction of train. That means the speeds will add or subtract. What will happen? बताओ जल्दी बताओ. वो ट्रेन के ऊपर है, ट्रेन में ही है. So if it's running in for first 20 minutes, the speeds will add. Cool. So So d plus x by 3 is what he must have. D plus x is the speed, 1 by 3 is the time. I multiplied speed and time to get the distance that he has traveled. And in this 40 minutes, we'll be traveling d minus x into 2 by 3. Let's multiply 2 by 3. All right. Now it's clear. And in this whole is nothing but small d, according to the question. And now we have to compare this d and this small d. Pritham, yes, same as both and streams. But I'm telling you that do not fall in the nomenclature. That can be a trap. Let's add these. What do we get? If I add this, let's open the bracket into everything, take the LCM. D plus x plus 2d minus 2x is equal to small d. That is what we have with us. All right. If I do d plus 2d, we have 3d. I'll write it over here. The next step I'm writing over here. 3d plus x minus x upon 3 is equal to small d. If I separate them, 3d by 3, that is d, minus x by 3 is equal to small d. D minus x by 3 is equal to small d. Now, we have this relation. Capital D minus x by 3 is equal to small d. All right. अब एक बात तो clear हो चुकी है. Looking at this expression, we are sure that in order to get small d, we need to subtract something from capital D. That means capital D is greater than small d, right? So B option is the correct one. Got it, everyone? Speed matter nahi karti. Great. You know what? I was so happy that I made an original question without any inspiration, and you guys will feel, that wow, that you are so lucky to get some original questions, this is how paper setters in CAT think. But here, what I'm getting so many confused statements that becomes, kind of very difficult to keep calm. So please, try to read the questions carefully and listen to what I'm saying carefully. You'll just keep on wasting time otherwise. The question is very simple, but it tells you how not to fall in the trap. Pure logic. So चल एक बार देख लेना. देखो 40 मिनट में 2 ही सवाल हो पाए. I'm not very happy about this. You can again watch it. Coming to next one. नहीं व्यास ऐसा नहीं होगा. फिर चेक कर लो एक बार. व्यास बीच में माइनस नहीं आएगा. वो 2 डिफरेंट डिस्टेंसेस है. आई एडेड डिस्टेंस. यू कैन नॉट सबट्रैक्ट द डिस्टेंस, राइट? यू सबट्रैक्ट द स्पीड. ब्रैकेट के अंदर माइनस है, बाहर नहीं होगा. द 2 डिफरेंट डिस्टेंसेस. ओके. By the way, how many of you can actually recognize this scene? It's a caricature of a very famous movie. A 300-meter long train traveling at 108 km/h crosses the driver of a slower train, which is 200-meter long and traveling in the opposite direction in 6 seconds. Find the time taken by the 2 trains to cross each other if they travel in the same direction. Prithul, exactly. This is from Bullet Train, Brad Pitt. Let's try to solve this question. By the way, look at this. The question talks about driver, not the entire train. I hope you guys actually notice this. Is the voice clear? Let me do it tell me something. When this 300-meter long train, when it crosses the driver, how much distance has the train covered? When the longer train crosses the driver, then what distance has the train traveled? It has covered its own distance because the driver is a point object. Okay? Perfect. So, 300. If I divide this distance by the speed, I'll get the time in which it crosses the driver. All right. So, 108 should be converted to meter per second, that is multiplying by 5 by 18. And as they are traveling in the which direction? Opposite direction. Speeds will get added, and we don't know the speed of the slower train. We don't know the speed of the slower train, do we? Not really. So that is what we have to find out. Let it be x, speed of slower train. Speed of slower train. Let it be x. Kilometers per hour. Meter per second लेते हैं इसको पहले ही. Why to convert again and again? So let's assume this slower train to be x meters per second. So this will be the calculation. 300 upon this will give us time which is equal to how much? 6 seconds. So by solving this, we'll get the speed of slower train. Is that right? Is that right, everyone? Let's solve it. 18 6 are 108, 6 5 are 30. We'll get 10 over here. कैसे किया मैंने? तो गलत कर रहा हूँ मैं. That is not possible. कितने लोगों ने ऐसे ही किया? So we have 300 upon 30 plus x is equal to 6. Now solving it, 300 is equal to 180 plus 6, that's what we get. Again solving it, we'll get x is equal to 20. So speed of slower train is 20 meter per second. First part is solved. Let's solve the next part. Find the time taken by the two trains to cross each other if they travel in the same direction. So now if they're crossing each other, in that case, the distance will be added, right? So new distance that we have in the second case will be equal to sum of the length of the train. श्रुति डायरेक्शन सेम हो या अपोजिट हो, लेंथ तो ऐड करनी ही पड़ती है. स्पीड्स में अंतर है. सेम डायरेक्शन में स्पीड माइनस होगी, अपोजिट में ऐड हो जाएगी. Okay, so now they have to travel to get 300, this longer train, plus 200, it is a smaller train, shorter train, and the time taken. Their speeds are what? Speed of first one is this, if you solve this 30, and speed of second one is what we obtained, that is 20, 500 by 50. Same direction बोल दिया उसने, it will get subtracted. So answer is 50 seconds. That is going to be our answer. All right. Prasanna, because in the first case, the long train, 300-meter long train was crossing only the driver. Driver is a point object. Okay. It was not crossing the entire train. In the question, it says the longer train crosses the driver of the slower train. Pratik, I have a question like that as well. I think it's clear to everyone. चलो, perfect. Driver was moving, तो उसकी speeds को consider किया है ना मैंने. उसकी length, अच्छा एक मिनट. ड्राइवर मूव कर रहा है तो इससे बड़ा हो जाएगा. एक बात हो, जब तुम मूव करते हो मोटे जाते हो. Does that happen? So when you move, you grow taller, bigger. No ना. Speeds तो हम add subtract कर ही रहे हैं. कशिश धीरे आ जाएगा. Next one. The despicable dacoit Gabbar, riding on a horse, starts at the back of a 2-kilometer long train. संकल्प डिस्टेंस जो ट्रैवल होगा उसी की रिलेटिव स्पीड है. रिलेटिव स्पीड क्यों इस्तेमाल की जाती है? जो भी डिस्टेंस कम ज़्यादा हो रहा है उसको अकोमोडेट कर ले. स्पीड डिस्टेंस इज डिपेंडेंट ऑन स्पीड ओनली. वी आर डूइंग थिंग्स विद स्पीड, ऑटोमेटिकली डिस्टेंस में हो ही जाएगा वो, राइट? The despicable dacoit Gabbar, riding on a horse, starts at the back of a 2-kilometer long train as its front enters a 4-kilometer long tunnel. Both Gabbar and the train travel at constant speed, and Gabbar exits the tunnel just as the train is entirely in the tunnel. When the front of the train emerges from the tunnel, Gabbar turns instantly and heads back towards the train. How many meters from the tunnel does Gabbar meet the front of the train? This question can be difficult. I'm giving you 3 minutes. Try to solve this. Question समझ नहीं आया ना? I knew. How many of you are able to understand the question itself? देखो आज की क्लास पहले सवाल जो कि कॉन्सेप्ट बिल्डर था उसके लिए सारे के सारे सवाल प्रॉपर कैट लेवल है. Do you get this feeling? See what is happening? I'll try to draw the diagram. Okay. I'll draw a diagram and then you can solve it. See what is happening? Here we have a tunnel. All right. This is a tunnel. Here looks like one. Now what is happening? The train. This is the train. Okay. The train is 2 kilometers long. So what happens? This train, when it starts entering the tunnel, Gabbar starts following it. Clear? Okay. So this tunnel is 4 kilometers long, and the train is 2 kilometers long. I'm drawing a diagram, and things will clear to you. Okay. So it says the despicable dacoit Gabbar riding on a horse starts at back of a 2-kilometer train as its front enters a 4-kilometer long tunnel. So the moment it starts entering, Gabbar starts following the train. All right. This is Gabbar. Gabbar starts following it. And what happens? Till the time the train, so the final portion of train, as it is completely inside the tunnel, at that point, Gabbar exits. Gabbar is here. All right, Gabbar is here. Akash, see, in the figure it's clearly mentioned. This is initial position, this is final position. So it starts entering, Gabbar starts following, and when train is completely inside the tunnel, just completely inside the tunnel, Gabbar is at the end of tunnel. Here, उसके बाद जो है समझ में आ जाएगा. When the front end emerges, now this end comes here. Till that time, Gabbar must have moved away. The moment it emerges, Gabbar starts following it back. Now I think question is clear. Try to solve it. I think the moment I made the diagram, you got the answer. Danish, of course, Gabbar is faster than the train. ये तरीका इतना डाकू है, वो ट्रेन रुकना चाहता है, फॉलो करके आगे गया और रोक लिया ट्रेन को टनल से बाहर निकलते ही. ये तरीका होता है डाकुओं का. इतना प्रैक्टिकल क्वेश्चन है. थिंक अबाउट इट. In the real case also, this is how any dacoit would have planned to do this. कि जब वो आ रहा है, किसी दिखाई दिया तो कोई रास्ता ही नहीं बचने का. Right? That is why he's despicable. Question says both Gabbar and train travel at constant speed. That means their speeds are constant. इसका मतलब ये नहीं कि सेम स्पीड है. कुछ लोग सोचते हैं कि सेम स्पीड कैसे हो सकती है. Nishit, I have recorded already. The support team will post it, I think tonight itself. So tell me something. When train is here and it moves here, how much distance has the train traveled? How much? 2 kilometers. Can we say that? Isn't it? From here, just as it completely inside tunnel, it has moved 2 kilometers. But till then, Gabbar has moved this 2 plus this 4. So distance to Gabbar will be 6 kilometers. Can you say that? Right? Is that clear to everyone? Is that clear to everyone? If I take the ratio, this will be the ratio. And distance and speed are directly proportional. Time is constant here. So I can say the speed of train and speed of Gabbar, its ratio will be 2 by 6. Or simply saying 1 by 3. 1 by 3. Right? That is the ratio. So for every 1 unit that the train moves, Gabbar moves 3 units. Alright? That is what is clear to us. Now, train reaches here. But tell me something. For the second part, when the front of train emerges, so from here to here, train must have moved 2 kilometers more, isn't it? Train must have moved 2 kilometers more. So now I'm making the final diagram. By changing the ink, I will choose green over here. Finally, train is here. All right. Its front emerges from the tunnel. So train must have moved 2 kilometers more. Yes or no? Is that right? Train has moved 2 kilometers more. Why? Because this tunnel was 4 kilometers. दो तो पहले था, दो और. If train has moved 2 kilometers more, Gabbar must have moved 6 kilometers more. Right? Is that right, everyone? Train moved 2, Gabbar moved 6. That is the ratio. अब सबको clear हो रहा है? What happens after 45 minutes of the class? Everybody seems to understand everything. But it's a good thing. पहले minutes होता अच्छा होता. 6 kilometers. Now comes the real game. यहाँ से शुरू होता असली question. The moment it emerges, Gabbar turns instantly and heads back toward the train. Now Gabbar is coming back, and there comes the concept of relative speed. So when Gabbar is coming back, train both are moving like this. Okay. So what happens? If train moves 1 unit, Gabbar moves 3 units. That's what is happening. So basically, this 6 kilometer, if I divide this in the ratio of 1:3, so 1 unit will be moved by the train. Let's say this is that 1 unit. Okay. This is the place where Gabbar and train they meet each other. So this upon this will be 1:3. Yes or no? Right? Is that clear? So I will divide this upon this in the ratio of 1:3. Question is how many meters from the tunnel does Gabbar meet the front of the train? Basically, we have to calculate this distance. 1:3 का ratio बांट दो. So basically, 1 upon 1 plus 3 into total is 6. That is going to be the answer. 1 by 4 upon 6. 1 by 4 into 6, that is 1.5 kilometers. That happens to be our answer. In this question, we have used logic, we have used imagination, time, speed, distance, and a lot of ratios. Clear? It's a beautiful question. Okay, so I'll repeat this part again. Gabbar is 6 kilometers away, now is turned back, and the train is also moving. Now, we can use the time, speed, distance formula and waste some time, but we can actually use logic. So if train moves 1 unit, Gabbar moves 3 units. That is what we know. So I've divided 6 kilometers in the ratio 1:3. This is 1.5, this is 4.5. We have to find the answer. How many meters from the tunnel Gabbar meets the front of the train? So the answer is 1.5 kilometer. They asked for meters, the answer is 1500 meters. All right. I think last part I have repeated. Coming to next one. So now we have boats and streams. So when they say boats and streams, we are sure about it. A boat moves on stream only. See, I have given an illustration also. निखिल क्या समझ नहीं आया? अरे 1:3 रेशियो में बांट दिया. स्पीड का रेशियो 1:3 है ना? ट्रेन मूव करेगी अगर 1 यूनिट, गब्बर मूव करे 3 यूनिट. तो 6 किलोमीटर को 1:3 में बांट दिया. That's it. Boat travels on stream. So let's say that the speed of boat is b kilometer per hour, meter per second, whatever. All right. And the speed of river or stream, whatever we call it, let it be r, kilometers per hour. So there are two things, two terms that they use. So whenever boat moves against the stream, now all of us have this much common sense and we have did this much that we understand what is going to happen here. The stream will work against the boat, isn't it? Right? So river will try to, stream speed will try to manipulate the boat's speed. So in that case, this is in the question, they call it, they normally use the terminology upstream. That is, we are going up the stream, all right? And when it is with the stream, that is known as downstream. All right? All of you get that? So, to understand it clearly, let's take an example. Let's say, okay, I'll pick someone at random. The highest contribution in the comment section. Valuable, there are a lot of people, but let's take an example of, let's say, Aratrika. So Aratrika, one day she calls me up, and let's say Aratrika lives in let's say Guwahati, all right, and I'm living in Delhi. She calls me up and she says, sir, I will just swim from Guwahati to Delhi. Let's assume that. Assuming that there is a straight river. Assume there is a straight river from Delhi to Guwahati, and she calls me and says, okay, I will just swim and come to Delhi. I said, okay, how much time will it take? So she says, okay, this distance is 1,000 kilometers. And I travel at I swim at a speed of 20 kilometers per hour. So I will take 50 hours to reach you. I said, okay, I'll be waiting. Do give me a call once you reach Delhi. She starts swimming. 50 hours pass, 100 hours pass, 200 hours pass, and she never reaches. Then I try to call her. And she picks the phone and she says, I have been swimming for the last 500 hours. 500 hours. But still, I'm not able to move a single inch. What does that mean? What does that mean? She says, I'm not moved even a single inch. But I've been swimming at this speed for the last 500 hours. What can be the reason? Anyone? What can be the reason? Of course, she is swimming upstream, and also her speed was equal to the speed of the stream. That's the reason. So basically, if she wants to travel forward, she has to move, she has to swim. Her speed should be more than the speed of the stream. Is that clear? So normally, the speed of boat or the swimmer is greater than speed of river. Normally. But people like me can change the question, and I can do it ulta. Okay, I can reverse it, as I did in one of the questions. By the way, this has got also philosophical undertone that if you want to swim against the stream, your speed should be higher than, and the stream is basically your hurdles, and your fears. So if you want to conquer them, your speed should be more than the speed of the negative emotions. That's the philosophy over here. That's the upstream. So now it is clear. So this comes out to B minus R, and this will be with the stream will be B plus R. All right. Okay. And another day, Bablu also called me up, and Bablu said, sir, I am coming to meet you, and I'm swimming at some speed and reach Delhi in 100 hours. I said, okay, I'll be waiting. You know what happened to him? Instead of coming to Delhi, he moved towards China. What must have happened to him? His speed would have been lesser than the speed of the stream. That's why he tried to move forward, but he moved backwards. Okay, so that can also happen. Then I called them. I said, okay, I am coming to meet you in 50 hours. I just go and sleep on the river with my boat. I just sleep. I don't even row, and I reach there. Why? Because I'm moving with the stream. That's the most intelligent thing to do. Well, let's do the first question. A boat goes from point A to B, upstream returns to A through the same path. If the time of journey from A to B is thrice that of B to A, ratio speed of the boat in still water, the speed of current is what? An easy question for the building of concept. Okay. So let the speed of boat be B and that of river be R. A to B upstream, that means the speed will be B minus R from A to B. All right. And from B to A, the speed will be B plus R. So he goes upstream and returns. Let the distance be D. So D upon B minus R is the time taken from A to B. From B to A, it will be D upon B plus R. And it says time of journey from A to B is thrice that of from B to A. Just put a 3 over here. D and D get cancelled. Let's cross multiply. We have B plus R is equal to 3B minus 3R, which means 2B is equal to 4R, which further means that R by B is equal to, or B by R. They're asking about speed of boat to speed of current. They're asking B by R. So B by R will be 4 by 2, or we can say 2 by 1. 2 is 1 should be the answer. D, that is none of these. All right. Clear? Okay. Can we do this question without forming any equation? This question is important because we can understand it without using the equation. Erasing all of it. See, what is going to happen? एक और तरीका करते हैं. B plus R is the downstream, B minus R is the upstream. So this is ratio of speeds. This is ratio of speeds, right? Ratio of time will be reverse. Ratio of time will be reverse of ratio of speeds. This will be equal to how much? 3/1. Is that clear? Is that clear, everyone? This is also one of the ways without involving D. There's one more way to do it. We need 3/1 somehow. The best way to get it is having 2 plus 1 is to 2 minus 1. So एक की speed 2 units है, एक की 1 unit है. Answer is 2:1. That's also one of the ways to look at it logically. All right. So this is how we can do it mentally. But this is not even a question. This is just for building the concept. ठीक है? 2 plus 1 is to 2 minus 1. I get 3/1. Chalo. Let us do good here if we do it this way. Let's do this one. A ship is rowed 28 km down a river in 4 hours and 12 km up in 6 hours. Find the speed of the ship in still water. Determine the speed of the river. I think it's a very easy question. All of you must have done it already. Right? The two equations, we can solve it. Get the speed of ship. Let's add these two equations. If I add these two equations, what do I get? 2b is equal to 9, which means b is equal to 4.5. Option A. Speed of river, just put 4.5 anywhere, and you will get 2.5. Okay, I think all of you must have done this. Very easy, right? Let's do some real questions. Let's do this one. I'm giving you 3 minutes to solve this. Look at the kind of illustration. It took a lot of time to search something like this. One of my favorite books. If you haven't read this book, ठीक है, movie देखा, movie ठीक था, but read the book and you'll realize and you'll understand why we should respect the world around us and things that we have. It's about survival, and you'll realize that even a small grain of rice is so important for us. So read this book when you get time. Right now, solve the question. in a certain river. All right. At his usual rowing rate, Pi Patel can travel 12 meters downstream in a certain river in 6 hours less. Okay, downstream. So let the speed of Pi Patel be P and that of river be R. Downstream. That means speeds will be added. Well, upon P plus R is 6 hours less than it takes him to travel same distance upstream. Okay. 12 upon P minus R. This is what the equation is. Okay. Is that clear? So Pi Patel travels downstream, he takes this much time. Travels upstream, takes this much time. But if he could double his usual rowing rate, that means now his speed becomes 2p. For his 24-mile round trip, the downstream 12 miles would then take only 1 hour less. Okay. If it doubles the speed, so basically 12 upon 2p plus r, 2p, right? The speeds become double. And upstream 12 upon 2p minus r. So downstream would take only 1 hour less than upstream. What is the speed of the current in miles per hour? So all of you made this equation. How many of you could not solve the equation? Is the equation clear to everyone? Those who could not understand the equation, now is it clear? $24 mile मतलब 12 आगे और फिर 12 पीछे सॉल्व नहीं कर पा रहे हो ओके सो लेट्स ट्राई टू सॉल्व दिस वन 12 upon p minus r minus 12 upon p plus r will be equal to 6. Taking the LCM, we have p square minus r square. In the numerator, we have 12p plus 12r minus 12p plus 12r. This is equal to 6. That is what we have. Now solving it further, 12p and minus 12p get cancelled. All we have is 24r is equal to 6p square minus 6r square. Is that clear? Is that clear? I think all of you got that. Now this one, 12 upon 2p minus r minus 12 upon 2p plus r is equal to 1. If we solve this, what do we get? 24p plus 12r minus 24p plus 12r. Wait, I'll have to write it somewhere else. I'll change the ink. 24p plus 12r minus 24p plus 12r whole upon 4p square minus r square. This is equal to 1. All right. I hope it is clear. 24p gets cancelled. Now all we have is 4p square minus r square is equal to 24r. I hope all of you have got these two equations. All right. And as you can see, 24r is common. So can we equate these two, 4p square minus r square and 6p square minus 6r square? Can we? Right. Right. So let's equate these two. Is that clear? So I'm doing it over here. 6p square minus 6r square is equal to 4p square minus r square. Let's solve it. We get 2p square. 2p square is equal to 5r square, which means p square upon r square is equal to 5 by 2. Clear? Is that clear, everyone? Is that clear, everyone? Now all we can do is we can put the value of r square in terms of p square either in this equation or in this equation and get the answer. All right? Put the values. We need the value of r. So ideally we should put p in terms of r. So p square will be 5r square by 2. I'm going to erase certain things over here so that we have enough space. So I'm doing it here now. From this, we get p square is equal to 5r square by 2. Now putting this value in this equation, what do we get? What do we get? Let's put the values here. We need the value of r, right? So in place of p square, I'll put 5r square by 2. So I get 24r is equal to 6 into p square. 6 into p square, that makes it 15r square minus 6r square. So we have 24r is equal to 9r square. 1r gets cancelled. Now we have r is equal to 24 by 9. Cancelling by 3. 3 8 is 24. 3 3 is 9. r is equal to 8 by 3. Option D. Here. See, I'm writing each and every step and trying to make you understand. That's why it looks lengthy. It's not that lengthy. If you do it on your own, you will hardly take 2 minutes, not more than that. ठीक है, ये मुश्किल नहीं था, बस इसमें स्क्वायर देख के लोग डर गए होंगे. आदित्य कैंसिल कर सकते हैं if it is not equal to 0. And for sure, speed is not equal to 0. That's why we can cancel. Okay. Coming to next one. Aruj, wait. There are more questions. Shubhangi, even you can get it too quickly because they might be fast in solving. They might be habitual of solving equations. Dinchak Pooja is back. ये दिलों का शूटर भी नहीं है, ना ही सेल्फी. ये दूसरा गाना है, स्वैग वाली टोपी. Dinchak Pooja rose upstream in a river. When she covered 1 kilometer from the starting point, her swag wali topi fell and started to move downstream. After 5 minutes of swimming, she realized that she had dropped her swag wali topi. Then she rowed downstream. Interesting question of today's session. In most of the questions that we did today, and even in time speed distance, we know at least 2 things, right? यहाँ कुछ नहीं पता हमें. Her speed is not known, and we want to find the speed of the river. अरे ठीक है, swims कर दो इसको. That is a typing error. हर्ष, टोपी अपने आप ही पानी के साथ बह रही है ना? With the river, it's flowing on with the speed of river only. Anurag, Kopal, Bhavisha, Tanya have got the answers. Prerna, exactly. Those who got 6 or 12 as the answer, how did you get it? Cognitive overload. Wow. Sorry, that's such a nice term. I'm going to use it somewhere. इसी क्लास में यूज करूंगा अगले वाले सेशन में. Cognitive overload. तुम अभी आए हो क्या? 5 मिनट हो गए इसको दिखाए हुए. Okay, how many of you think this is a very difficult question and you're not able to frame the equations? And the moment I solve it, you will start. क्या cognitive overload जैसा कुछ बोल देते हैं. You'll start bleeding. You will start. There will be cognitive bleeding after that. Does that make sense? Let's try and solve it. This is going to be an IQ test question. Okay. Let's forget Pooja. By the way, even she deserves forgetting. Let's ignore her for a while. Let's focus on cap itself. So whatever happened, the moment cap fell, after what happened? See. So cap was 1 kilometer away from the bank. Am I right? Is that clear? Can we say that? Cap is, the topi, swag wali topi is 1 kilometer away from the bank. The cap has to travel 1 kilometer, yes or no? The cap has to travel 1 kilometer only. Right? And how much time is the cap taking to do that? So, see, 5 minutes, idhar wo gayi, Pooja. She was going against the stream, and then she came back to the stream again. So overall, 5 minutes of upstream and then 5 minutes of downstream, things will cancel each other. Ideally, what exactly happened? In 10 minutes, the cap went back to the bank of the river. In 10 minutes, back to bank of river. That is 1 kilometer only. So cap traveled 1 kilometer in 10 minutes. Per minute. Per 10 minutes. What is 10 minutes? It's 1 by 6 of the hour. So 1 kilometer upon 1 by 6 of the hour. 6 goes up, answer is 6 kilometer per hour. That's it. Yeah, Rachna, how 10 minutes? Let's discuss that part. How many of you got the idea? Yes, yes. 10 कैसे पहुंचे वहां पे पहुंचते हैं ना, वो देखते हैं. The people who got it, congratulations. Those who did not get it, now we'll try to make the equations. Okay, see. This is the bank of the river. We have cap over here. All right. This is 1 kilometer. All right. Here, now Pooja travels for 5 minutes. For 5 minutes. Then she realizes that she has her topi has fallen, and she turns back and tries to catch the topi. All right. And both Pooja and topi reach on the bank at the same time. That is at the start. दिव्यांश लिखा तो है, ऐसे की बात पूछ रहे हो यार. Dinchak Pooja rose upstream in a river. When she recovered 1 kilometer from the starting point, her swag valley cap topi fell after 1 kilometer. Isn't it? Clear, right? Okay. So, when Pooja moved here, her speed might be P minus R. So I'm assuming P to be Pooja's speed and R to be river's speed. And while traveling back, her speed must be P plus R. I hope it is clear. सत्यजीत नहीं, क्वेश्चन में दिया तो है. पहले क्वेश्चन पढ़ लो यार सब लोग. पता है ये सवाल ऐसे आते हैं ना, पहले टोपी पहुंच सकती है. क्वेश्चन तो पढ़ लो. क्वेश्चन लिखा हुआ है कि टोपी और पूजा साथ में पहुंच रहे हैं. इट्स गिवन इन द क्वेश्चन. ये मेरा assumption नहीं है. क्वेश्चन पढ़ा आप लोगों ने. फाइनली टोपी एंड डीपी met at the start. ठीक है. So now I have given you the entire idea. I'm giving 2 minutes more. Those who could not solve it, after 2 minutes I'll explain this, because I need you to work on this for 2 minutes now, because things are clear to you. Try to work on it. Yes, Noel, showing no dilation at that time. This is the last question, Gagan, Madhav. Yeah. But this is the best question. I'm going to love it. आदित्य एग्जैक्टली करना पड़ेगा. Anyone got it? No? Okay. So I made it at hand to make you clear about things. Now, to solve this question and make an equation becomes very difficult. So, now tell me something. Do you remember the first class? The second class basically, in which I discussed about relative speed. So I told you one example. Let's say I and take an example, Shaurya. So I and Shaurya, we are like, we are running in the same direction or whatever direction. I was traveling at 40 km per hour and Shaurya was traveling 20 km per hour. Our relative speed was 20. If I travel at 30, he must have traveled at 10. If he did not travel at all, I must have traveled 20 km per hour, isn't it? So the concept of relative speed holds a lot of significance when we assume the slower body to be stationary. Is that clear? We assume the slower body to be stationary. Can we say that? So all the game is this only. Like in the question in which Joker was traveling. So we assume him to be stationary after running for this many hours. In reality, it doesn't happen. But we assume it to make our calculation easy, right? Relatively, this is right. Physically, it's not right. Clear? Is that clear? So tell me something. What if, by the way, after the cap fell off of Pooja's head, the cap was traveling back to the bag with the speed of river only. That's right. Is that right, everyone? That's right. You agree to that? The cap was traveling back to the bank with the speed of river only. Right? Okay. So, let us assume that river was not moving at all. Slower body was stationary. This is a classic example. This question is a classic example of following this logic. By the way, the things that I say, apart from mathematics, are very important in creating questions of CAT. And that are people, your senior batchmates, seniors, those who passed out in the last year, they understand this part. So whatever I say, apart from normal mathematical things, equations, that is very important. That is where CAT can create a question. So let's assume the river was not moving at all. Okay. If the river is not moving at all, this is the bank. This is 1 kilometer. This is the cap. This is the cap. And Pooja is here. 5 minutes. The river is not moving. The time that she takes to go here, the same time she will take to come here. That is 5 minutes again. Isn't it? Yes or no? The thing is that she caught the topi. When the river is not moving, they caught the topi here itself. This is the point at which she caught her cap. The question remains same. How much time did she take to do this overall? How much time did she take to do this overall? 5 minutes forward, 5 minutes backward. Overall, Pooja took 10 minutes to do this, right? In going and coming back. She took 10 minutes to do this, right? देखो, ये वो वाली कहानी है जहाँ पे ना there's a loop. Things become, when there's an action scene, things become stationary for a moment, and it starts again. You have watched those action movies, isn't it? That's what happened with you. In the story that I'm telling you, in that story, everything came to a halt, and now we have realized Pooja will take 10 minutes. Now let's jump back to the action. The reality is, the cap was caught over here, but time taken must be same now. When we did not, when we assume that the river is not moving, we got 10 minutes of time in which Pooja caught the cap. But in reality, the cap has moved 1 kilometer with whose speed? With reverse speed only. So cap has also moved for 10 minutes only. Understood? Pooja moved for 10 minutes. Cap has also moved for 10 minutes. And in those 10 minutes, it has moved 1 kilometer. So 1 kilometer in 10 minutes. Her speed is 6 kilometers per hour. मजा आ गया ना? Isn't that cool? Yeah, Shubhadeep. When the river is not moving at all, Cap and Pooja both moved for 10 minutes. देखो stationary हम एक को मानते हैं, इसका मतलब ये stationary हो गया. But considering slow to be stationary, we calculate the time taken. So we calculate time taken to be 10 minutes. 10 minutes is time in which for which Pooja and Cap both were traveling. All right, Shubhangi, is that clear now? This is the classic example in which making the slower body stationary can give you the correct time for which things are traveling without forming any equations. 10 मिनट के लिए पूजा भी ठहरी है, 10 मिनट के लिए ही टोपी भी ठहरी होगी. Yeah, I'll just repeat once more. I'll repeat once more. Assume the slower body to be stationary. That means assume that the river was not moving at all. All right? So by assuming that, let's forget the distance and everything. 1 kilometer भूल जाओ. अभी सिर्फ ये सोचो, the river is stationary. So Pooja has traveled 10 minutes to catch her cap. Can we say that? Can we say that? We can say that, right? But by assuming those who got it, say yes. Those who haven't, thought process. Coming back to, I just wanted you to show a great technique, a logical thought process. Coming back to simple mathematics. Okay. See. Now listen to me. When after dropping the cap, when Pooja was moving upstream, her speed was how much? P minus R. I'm going mathematically now. रुक जाओ, अभी देख लो, समझ में आ जाएगा. Is that clear? सुन, रुक जाओ, ये भी देख लो एक बार. तो दोनों logic and mathematics both will combine and you'll get the idea. Is that clear? Shubhangi, I'm explaining that only. Is that clear? After dropping the cap, Pooja is traveling the speed of P minus R. Okay. When Pooja is traveling here, cap must be traveling back to the bank. Yes or no? At this moment, cap must be traveling at speed of R. Is that right? Upstream is P minus R only. Rahul. After dropping the cap, 5 minutes upstream at speed of P minus R, and in those 5 minutes, cap is traveling with the speed of R backwards, right? And when she turned back, now her speed became P plus R. Pooja's speed became P plus R. And the cap was still moving at a speed of R only. Is that right? रुक जाओ, अभी ये सब clear हो जाएगा. Is that right, everyone? Okay. So, in this case, Pooja and Cap are moving in opposite directions. Yes or no? Here direction is opposite, which means the speeds Pooja and Cap speed will be added because these two bodies are moving on the stream. Stream को भी हटा के इनकी speed पे देख रहे हैं. So they are moving in opposite directions. That means speeds will be sum. So if I add Pooja's speed and Cap's speed, that is P minus R plus R, I'll get P only. The relative speed becomes P only. Similarly, here direction is opposite. When it's opposite, speeds are subtracted. That means P plus R minus R. That's also P. So in a way, the relative speed remains P only. R is not even relevant here. Right? That means when you solve this, everything is happening at the speed of P only. Now I hope it's clear to all of you, the logic and the mathematics. Phew. Okay. This question must have opened your mind. सौरभ खत्म, समृद्धि will 5. Yes, Yash. Noel, see, you are involving physics in all your queries. This mathematics, we tend to ignore all the physics part over there, all the aspects of physics, because that will make it a question of engineering entrance. I have just seen that some people are saying कि उसके बाद 5 मिनट कैसे मालूम पड़ा, क्योंकि क्वेश्चन में गिवन है कि उसके बाद टोपी और पूजा दोनों मिल गए थे, कहाँ पे, स्टार्टिंग पे, बैंक पे, तो द स्टार्टिंग पॉइंट इज एट 1 किलोमीटर अवे, दैट इज व्हाई वी नो इट. Zemo, it's day after tomorrow. Pranav, in that it was not physics related question. By the way, I know that this question can blow your minds, and still you have some doubts. Then tag me in the group. Still you have some doubts, because this question might have a lot of doubts. A lot of people, experts, were not able to solve this question. So it's okay if you are not able to solve this question on your own. You can still ask me by putting a doubt in the doubt group. Okay. Nakshatra, by practice, Rutuja answer is 6 kilometers per hour. So I hope you guys enjoyed the new ways of thinking today. And the next class, I'll kind of level up the questions. थोड़े से और difficult कर देंगे. Ready for that? Yes, Abhishek. That's what has to be done. All right then. Bye. Take care. Good night, everyone. Yes, Pritam.